Hello everyone and welcome to Bevan's Bricks. And I'm still trying to get the camera set up correctly. There, I hope that's a little better. Queen City Bricks says, first, R. Claxton, thank you so much for that donation. Again, that was very appreciated, very kind to you. Kip says, I needed this. Isaac Reyes says, yo. Brick Sergeant, Kip Hoffman says, funny farm. I don't know that I'll go real long tonight. I am still kind of under the weather. I'm feeling better than I was. Still trying to get over a head cold, so I'm going to apologize in advance for the sniffles. If you hear me sniffling or anything. I hope you guys have all been having a great day, though, and had a good week. And today I thought it would be a good day to start working on the Ghostbusters building again. I have all the parts, at least I'm supposed to anyway. I know there are variously places around the garage. And thank you, Aaron, I appreciate it. How you doing, Steve? Ronald Weasley, hello, hello. And yes, your FedEx truck is really nice looking, Queen City Bricks. I just wanted to add that as well. And thank you so much, Brick Sergeant. Brick Sergeant just donated $2 and said, hey, you. Go ahead and like the stream, you know you want to. The first thing I got to do, when I left off, and I'm hoping you guys can see this, let me turn this a little more. When I left off building this, I had built this, and I had two studs on this side, but what it is the building's a little bit of a goofy shape now. So after playing around and thinking about it, what I got to do is I got to make this portion of the building one brick wider. So the first thing I got to do is do a tear down this wall, and make it one stud. So we're going to start with that. That's awesome, Steve. He said he got some of his Bricklink haul. That's great. And thank you, Ronald Weasley. He says, I love this channel. Brick World, how the heck are you, buddy? Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Man, you have been doing some awesome things on your city, I have to say, Brick World. I absolutely love your train station and stuff that you're working on. It's really coming together really well, man. And Ronnie Cassels, thank you so much. Ronnie Cassels just donated $55, which I think translates to $5 American. And again, thank you so much, man. That is very, very generous of you. I really appreciate that. Fox Leader, hello. Grumpy J. And Aaron says, been looking forward to this. First thing, like I said, I got to do, I got to rip this off. So let me start pulling some of this out, and I'm trying to pull it off as gingerly, I guess is how we're going to put it, as possible, because I want to keep the basic structure. I am going to be changing it up, but I still want to keep it as much as possible where it kind of looks. And you are more than welcome, Brick World. Like I said, you deserve it. It looks great, buddy. If I had some pictures, I would actually even share them on my stream. But like I said, it does. It really it's looking really good, buddy. And hello, Alexander. And hello to Brazil, my friend. Queen City Bricks says, my Lego Bricks and Pieces order's still in the warehouse. You know, speaking of Lego Bricks and Pieces, I don't know how many people remember this or not, but as you all know, they just did a big changeover. Let me pull this top of the building off. There we go. They just did a big changeover. Hey, Peanutly. And part of that changeover was they were, and I just knocked that on the floor, is they were changing Bricks and Pieces and Pick-a-Brick online to be one store. And everybody was saying that they hoped it was going to make better prices and all that. And I don't know how many people have looked at it yet, but I'm already disappointed. And the reason that I say that is I've already see that there's a higher price count, but I also see that there's only a third of the parts available. So just as I kind of expected and already figured from Lego, they have went and messed it up, and now, in my opinion anyway, they've made Bricks and Pieces or online Pick-a-Brick even worse than what it was before. I'm hoping they change things though, because it's such a disappointment to see that. And that's good to hear, Aaron. He says, glad to hear the streams are back so I can relax. And Peanut Lee is clapping. And thank you, Peanut Lee. What other comments did I miss? Oh, he's talking to Brick World. Where are all those fire trucks going to park? I don't know. At some point I might build another fire station, but nah, right now I'm worried about trying to get this building together. That's like my prime priority. I've been dying to get this going. And I need a 1x2. So let's start with digging into building some of this, because I got to make that wall narrower now. I don't know if it's going to look as good or not, but this is what I have to do, unfortunately, to make it all fit, sadly. Because I thought it looked much better, in my opinion, with the wall just a tad bit wider. And okay, where did they go? Here they are. I'm surprised Paul ain't in here already. It's like Paul's favorite time to come in and harass. And get that up. There, speaking of the devil, see that? It's just like Beetlejuice. Just got to say it once. Where Beetlejuice, you had to say it 3 times. How the heck are you, Paul? And thank you so much for that $4 donation, buddy. And that is right, okay. So that was going to be the screwy part about this, though. That was why I didn't originally like that. Oh, I haven't watched the new Book of Boba Fett yet, so I'm jealous. I need to watch that tonight, though. Been really liking that series. Absolutely. That's why I said, and everybody's, oh yeah, it's going to be cheaper prices, it's going to be better selection, and like I said, so far it's a third of the pieces they used to have on there, and the prices all went up anywhere from 10 to 15% is what I can see. So, hate to say I told you guys so, but they're doing exactly what I expected them to do, sadly. I already expected them to do exactly what they're doing, and they didn't disappoint. They are doing it. But I'm hoping things still might change, but it's like I had said before, when it comes to Lego doing things with their online sites and things like that, I have never been impressed. I've never seen them do an actual good job of it. So I wasn't quite surprised that it wasn't what we all expected it to be, but. And thank you so much, R. Claxton. He says, Daryl, I think Paulbot will always be Paulbot. Yes, he will. You are absolutely correct. Paulbot will always be a thorn in my butt. Oh, that's no problem. Take care, Ronald. Tanjam said, parted out stuff to make a green grocer, but in dark red. Just waiting on the Bricklink orders to come in. That's a great way to do it. I've seen the green grocer done in a variety of different colors. I've even seen people, and I thought this really looked good because it still looked just like it. In what I had seen, it's probably one of my most favorite ones that I've seen so far. It was, that ain't gonna work. That's gotta go there. What they did is they took and they made it out of sand green masonry bricks. And so it still had the color of the green grocer. And if, in case I didn't say it, thank you again so much, Art Claxton, for that donation. That was very kind of you. But it still looked exactly like it. To me, it almost looked better, though, with the sand green masonry bricks. And I say that because having those bricks, it gave it a more natural look to the building. So I kind of almost liked it better, to be perfectly honest. But that was just kind of my thoughts and feelings on it anyway. I don't know how many other people have seen that, and if I ever find the pictures of it that I saw again, I will try to save them, because it really does make for a really unique look, and I need a 1x3. But I thought that was a great way to do it. I have also seen it, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I take that back. I've also seen it parted out and made with masonry bricks that were dark red as well, and that was a nice look for it. I've also seen it done in gray and white too, so there's a lot of different ways that you can quite physically finish that building out. And I'm trying to remember, I believe, or did I have it here? I feel like I had it there. Yeah, we'll put it forward. So now that I've done this, and just to remind myself, let me double check my picture. That's why it's always good to take pictures before you rip stuff apart. Yes, I did have it one forward, okay. So now that we've got that, I'm gonna pop this back down and slide this way, and I hope you guys can see. Never, oh, I always expect the Paul Bot Inquisition. You know what's funny though, Alexander, because you're saying it's more expensive in Brazil, I'm not saying that it's not more expensive. It probably is more expensive to you guys, but every time I see sellers that are selling from overseas, it's primarily Germany. Let me state that first. It usually seems cheaper though. I always thought that was kind of odd, because I hear a lot of people tell me it's a lot more expensive there, but it usually seems cheaper. What hurts for someone like me anyway to be able to buy from them is the cost of shipping is what actually tears things up. So I have to change this over to this. So I got to rework this corner. And thank you so much, Aussie Adams. Aussie Adams just donated $2. And good day to you as well, my friend. And I hope you're doing well. And now that I've done that, let's see, we had, so I had 2 rows, and then we went, and I'm gonna have to go grab my parts here in a minute. Hola from Indiana. Let's go Lego. Lego Joe says I'm currently working on a bridge, and then I'm gonna start to organize all of my Lego. That's a never-ending task, my friend. You're always, always, always gonna be sorting. Take it from someone that knows. I don't care how organized you are, you always need to sort more. Michael says he didn't get a notification, and I'm sorry. You might want to double check or turn them off and turn them back on sometimes is what I've told people to do as well, and sometimes that does help with the notification sounds. Not always, though. I think YouTube just tries to keep me down, too, sometimes. That's just my own paranoia, though. And I'm thinking I'm going to move that window over also. Let's pull that up and that up. Since we're adding one stud to everything, No, I don't plan on doing any more extensions or expansions on the city until I can fill in some of what I already got going on, because I have a lot going on already. I do intend on expanding it, don't get me wrong. It's just I don't intend on expanding it until I get my current size filled. But I do have a lot of space to be able to extend it in the near future when I want to. YouTube all the time has problems, I think. Thank you so much, Eccentric Bricks. That was very kind to you, my friend. And he says, Thank you so much for that $5 donation. And he says, hi, Daryl and the Funny Farm gang. And again, hello to you, and thank you so much for that awesome donation, buddy. So we're going to put that guy there. And then this is going to get reworked. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. Like I said, it's my own paranoia. I personally think sometimes they are just trying to get it to where people don't come to my streams. At least that's how I feel about it sometimes. Because you're not the only person that complains about not getting notifications. That is a complaint I hear from, believe it or not, a lot. And I mean a lot of people. That can go there. Now we're cooking. And okay, I didn't bring all my parts over here, so now I gotta go fetch stuff. Yeah, I've been sick for a couple days, unfortunately, Michael. Today's the first day I've kind of felt decent enough to do something. And I'll be perfectly honest, a lot of that is because I'm hopped up on Red Bull and Mucinex. It's amazing what a little Red Bull and Mucinex will do for you. Definitely helps, I can say that. And these are not the parts I am looking for. Oh, you know what? I know where I put them. They're over here. At least I think they are. And you know, it's funny, I just bought the daggone things and I set them in a pile so I wouldn't lose them. And I know what Paul Bot's gonna say. If I cleaned more often. But I have a baggie of 1x1 bricks. And I'm wondering if I didn't unpack them yet, because I still have a part order that's in my house also that I haven't opened yet. And let me check this one more box. That's for another job. Well, let's see if I can just rummage through here, because I know I still have some 1x1s. I just thought I had more in a bin somewhere. A little organization does go a long way. Part of my problem, I'll be perfectly honest, I've been ordering so much stuff lately for different jobs. I shouldn't say jobs, different projects that I'm wanting to do inside the barn, as far as different builds. And I'm trying to keep the parts together, and sometimes I put the wrong pieces with the wrong builds. But I don't want to make you guys sit and wait all day either while I'm looking through every different bin. Because I have a couple different ideas for a few different buildings I'm looking into, or looking at building. And some of them I think are going to be pretty unique. I think I got that down now. Let's see. Now the other thing I was going to do is I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to keep everything in camera for you guys so you can see it too. So what I want to do is I want the exterior of the building to not have the visibility of this plate. So I'm going to build this to where the plate is sunk in. Hey, Scott's Blocks, and happy hump day, buddy. Paul Butt says, no more cleaning. Wow. That's, wow, Paul. No more cleaning because I get sick? I wouldn't think that would matter to you. Cleaning is cleaning. But I'm with you. A lot of times, too, for me cleaning, what ends up happening, I do have severe allergies. And a lot of times what the problem quite simply is my allergies will flare up. because of the dust on parts, and there's really nothing I can do about that. But that's part of the reason why, because I know a lot of people always ask me, well, don't you like to sort and whatever, it's relaxing, and I would say that yes, it's relaxing and I like it and all that, but every time I go to sort, I have problems because I start sneezing my brains out. And thank you, Eccentric Bricks. No, I didn't get his memo, you're right. Michael says never-ending builds can be a good thing as long as you don't run out of room. I don't foresee me running out of any room in the foreseeable future, but you know how that goes. Paul says you'd rather see me streaming than be sick. And I agree, my friend. Raymond Diaz, hello. And hello to Texas. And I am going to cheat a little bit so I don't have to use... I'm not going to do it everywhere. I'm just going to put some of these 1x6s in a few spots, just so I don't have to do every little portion of the building with bricks. You know what I think I'm going to even do just to add a little more flair to it? I think I'm even going to put a few masonry bricks in here and there. Because that will add add a texture to the side of the buildings. Let's do this too. I'm all about texture. So let's pop this dude back off. Just to add, like I said, little pops of texture. Not a ton, just a little. And oh, that was right. Oh, we can do, that's what we'll do. And let's put one of these here. Another one there. And we'll put a second one there. I'm just trying to just add a few little small blips, if you will. We'll do that. We'll put this guy back on. And that, it's got to move over just a touch. There we go, much better. Oh, we got a ton of snow, Raymond. Yes. Well, I'm saying a ton of snow. We got roughly, was it 6 or 7 inches over the last few days? So, I mean, I shouldn't say a ton, but it was enough that I had to plow a couple times, and I don't like plowing. I hate plowing. Just saying. So yes, to answer your question, we have had a little bit of snow. There we go. You know, there's another technique in case you guys have never seen it, and I'm just going to show it to you. Another way to add texture. I'm only going to do it once or twice, just to give you a little tasty taste. Let's see, let me grab a couple little pieces. And this gives you a nice brick texture doing this. And you can do it with a variety of colors. And oops. But like I said, this is just another quick way to show you guys to add another little bit of texture. Is you can take some plates. In this case, I got a 1x2, and then let's put a dark 1x1. Let's put a round 1x1. And then let's put another 1x2 on top of it. And that's another way to add texture to the side of a building. It just helps to make it look a little bit more beat up, I guess would be a good way to put it. Let's put another masonry brick right there. So I think that'll add to the flavor too. There we go. But see, and then let's get you down a little bit so you guys can see a little better. and then that just helps to add to the color of the side of the building. I hope that gives you guys a better view anyway. And hey, Steve Divany, how are you? Eccentric Bricks says everyone on the stream was sick too because they were missing Daryl for 2 days. And thank you, Eccentric Bricks. Kyle Knapp, what did he say? You build whatever Lego set it is you're doing and hope you run out of room, even if it is a Star Wars Lego set. I love Star Wars personally. I know some people aren't exactly that happy with Star Wars or whatever, but I am personally a huge fan of Star Wars. So I don't build a lot of it. I have a bunch of them, and I kind of quit buying them there for a long time because I felt like it was very repetitive. But I have to say, out of this last amount of sets that they've came out with, I'm looking at starting to buy a bunch of it again because I'm really liking a lot of the Star Wars stuff they have. And now that I've done that, let's bring this guy around a little more. Yes, those are another great way. You are absolutely correct. I don't have any in tan or dark tan though right now, but that you are absolutely correct in that. That is another excellent, excellent way to add a little bit of texture. So I said there's always ways to do unique and cool things. Just got to think out of the box just a little bit. And is that looking? Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll put a few more bricks in here. Another thing you can do, and now this is, I'm going to tell you, is unbelievably time consuming, but you can build an entire building out of 1x2s also, and then tweak them a little bit, and that makes for a really unique looking building too. Queen City Bricks, thank you so much for that $5 donation, and he goes on to say, what's your thoughts on the potential Lego subscription service? Possible gift with purchase with all purchases, possible retired set releases, and more. I think a lot of people have a lot more faith in Lego than I do. That would be my quick and down and dirty answer. And here's what I mean by all that, though, because you're talking about the gift with purchases. The gift with purchases, I expect them to be very small. It'll probably be stuff in the form of poly bags and things like that, which that's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. But a lot of people are kind of hyped up on the fact that they think Lego is going to give them access to a lot of older sets, is one thing that I've heard. And the reason I bring that up is because I think a lot of people are under the impression that if they bring back those retired sets like you're talking about, I think they're under the impression that they would be getting sets that would be along the lines of sets like the Green Grocer, because you're supposedly going to get access to retired sets. And I don't foresee that at all. Just my thoughts, my opinion, but what I feel that you're going to actually see, or what you might be offered anyway, is if you see anything, it's going to be more along the lines of the discontinued sets that you're going to be able to buy. Again, this is just my feelings on it. It's going to be stuff that basically nobody wanted anyway. It'll be all stuff that they have on a shelf that they couldn't get rid of the first time around. It'll be things like, just to throw out an example, it'll be things like, because I know they were not a big seller, some of the old Elves sets. Now, me personally, I would like to see some of those old Elves sets, don't get me wrong, because there was some really cool stuff in some of those sets, but I feel that's the kind of stuff you're going to see. Or like the Lego Movie 2, that's another good example. That did not sell well. Those sets did not sell well. And I think, personally anyway, those are the kind of things that you're going to be seeing when you hear that they're going to be selling different sets like that. And do I want to do, yeah, let's do 2 of them. And then we'll do a, let's see, we'll do that. Let me look for one more door frame. So, and then they're talking, I think one of the other options with that $5 monthly subscription is you're going to get early access to sell items or buy items or whatever. And it's like, okay, they already do that, and this is my opinion, they already do that with the VIP program. So what are they? I almost wonder if they're going to try and make the VIP program a $5 monthly fee to have that, if that makes sense. At least I hope you kind of pick up what I'm saying when I say that. But again, I could be off, I could be wrong. I mean, I'm always open to suggestion, but I don't feel it's going to be this great thing that a lot of people are anticipating it to be, sadly. I think it's going to be a lot worse than people think. I don't think it's going to be worth the money in the long run. I guess that's the nicest way I can put it. I will probably subscribe. I'll probably subscribe to it once it's available, just because I am curious about it. They promise all these great things, but I don't know how many people have checked out what they've already done with Pick a Brick and Bricks and Pieces, and I'm not impressed, because like I said, anytime Lego does something, it's usually something detrimental, and it's usually something damaging, and it's generally not something good. And if you've seen what they've done with the Pick a Brick and Bricks and Pieces, it was not a very good, it was not an improvement in my opinion, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But one can be hopeful. I mean, we never know, things could change. But going off of Lego's past history, I would not keep your hopes up. Yes, it is all Scary Thoughts, Queen City Lego. And something else, I just kind of want to point out. Here you saw the release of the new Bricks and Pieces and all that. And I'm curious how many people have looked at it, how many people are impressed with it so far, because so far it's nothing but a huge disappointment in my opinion. Less parts, higher prices. It's not good. Not good in any way in my opinion. And they promised great things. They promised that the prices were going to be equalized. They promised that there'd be a bigger variety, it'd be more standardized, and so on and so forth. And so far, the only thing I saw was a reduction in parts, a reduction in the, or an increase, I should say, in the cost, and a reduction in availability. I haven't ordered nothing yet, so I don't know if the shipping has improved at all. But that is another big problem that I know a lot of people have. But I'd be willing to lay money that the shipping is the same as it's always been. Horrible. And did I miss a comment? I'm sorry. Hey, Blinky Bricks, how are you, my friend? And I've missed a bunch of comments, so I do apologize, guys. I can see them, well, like I said, but even Star Wars, if you think about it, those have been historically here lately anyway, those have been not very good selling sets for Lego. So that's the kind of sets, like I said, I truly expect to see Lego offering to people, is the stuff that's not selling very well. That'll be the retired sets that you're going to end up having access to, is the very poorly received reset sets that they've always had. And I am just going to pull this off because some of this doesn't seem to be looking quite the way. And I am trying to speed rough this up. So it'd be 1, 2. Is that right? No. I want this to come over. Then I want to lock that together. And that does not look right still. I think I know, or did I? Yeah, we're gonna leave it that way. Yes, they definitely did bring the cold down here, my friend. I agree with you. Because it has been unreasonably cold here. Unbearably cold, to be quite honest. Anyway, I know I missed a bunch of comments, and I do apologize, guys. Yeah, okay, hello, how you doing? It is scary thoughts about the future, but I mean, you know, hate to put it this way, but Lego isn't in it to make people happy. They're in it to make money. And of course, anything that they do is to try and make an improvement in their pocketbook. So if it's not improving their bottom line, they're not going to offer it or do it. And if they're going to make a change, it's because it's going to help their bottom line, not because it's going to make you a happier customer. And that's just every change they do. It's, I don't know, it's disappointing. Because it's, in my opinion, they're making Lego more and more unreachable for a lot of different people, is kind of how I feel about it. But again, that's just kind of my 2 cents on some of the things I'm seeing change with Lego. Aussie Adams says Pick-A-Brick is looking more attractive source of parts. I personally disagree with that after what I saw today, but maybe it's different where you guys are at. See, another big problem that I have, Lego Star Wars sets sell well. I've seen there's lots of good Legos. There are lots of good Lego sets, you are right. Trying to catch up on a few more comments. Shane Hart says the Lego boom and millions more into it. Lego nowadays than ever. Lego, hope Lego don't play funny bird. Yeah, I agree with you, Shane Hart. Michael says, sucks there's no public stock options, and yes, you are right, because now would definitely be a time to buy into Lego, without a doubt, because, man, the money you could probably make on the stock options if you could get them right now would be insane, to say the least. And I am trying to kind of get stuff back the way I had it before. Bear with me with my big head in the way of the camera. And that was the width of the whole window. So yes, I can do it that way. And then I can put this piece there. No, like I said, to me, it's like a lot of people were happy when they announced that they were going to start coming out with the adult-only Lego, the adult-only sets, so on and so forth. And when the first time I heard that, I thought, ugh, and people were like, well, why do you think that? And it's like, well, the only reason they're going to start offering adult-only sets is because they're going to put a little larger price tag on it, because they know they're going to make more money on it. I mean, again, it's anything that they do, it's based upon monetary value. And I get that. I'm down with that. It's a business. They're trying to make money. So, I mean, I totally understand it. But like I said, it's never in our best interest. Do I plan on putting a wall or a fence between this and the tracks? No, probably not. At least that's not in my plans for the moment anyway. Because the train track is literally like right here when this is placed in the city. So I mean, it's like absolutely on top of it. Do I have enough bricks? I just ordered over 2,000 pieces to do that, Avengers Tower. So I have plenty of plates, plenty of, let's see, what was it I needed? So I have my plates, I have my tiles, I had my windows, because I have over 1,500 windows. The thing that I was short on is the 1x2 white bricks, and I was also short on the 1x2x2 white brackets, and I ordered a ton of those today. So I don't have the parts to finish it yet, but I do have parts on the way. And I'm hoping to get back to working on that, hopefully extremely soon. And that's why, because I did work on it a little bit. I don't know if you guys could tell in the video or not. The last time I had actually touched, I just dumped a whole tray of bricks. The last time I had touched that building, all I had done was the facade. And when I set it, because it was sitting here on the floor for quite a while, I kind of kicked it and bumped it, and I never worried about trying to figure out the entire sizing of it now. In that video, I'm hoping you noticed that what I did, and excuse me while I pick up my mess for a minute, what I ended up doing is I made a mills plate for it after I calculated out the entire size of the base of the building. and then I placed the building on it, and I made a complete footprint, so to speak, for the building. And I did that so that way I knew exactly how many parts I would need, so I could count the windows, count the plates, the tiles, and all that stuff. And like I said, I have a ton of parts already, but I'm short on a few things. But I'm not too short, so like I said, I should be, I'm going to say maybe 1 week, 2 weeks tops, depending on how quickly my parts gets here. Should have some parts coming here in the next few days, over the next week anyway. So I can start working on that again. And I will try and do that on live streams also. No, that's never a good sound, Queen City Bricks. Excuse me. Paul says no more cleaning. No, that's an easy cleanup. Like I said, that was just a tray spill. I can take those. And how do I want to put that? There we go. Let's do this one here too. Nope, let's do, keep trying to add or do different things with the walls so that way it makes it look a little more unique. Yeah, we did that already there. And this. Rob said, I think I just heard Paul Pot scream in horror and hearing the bricks scatter across the floor. Like I said, luckily it's all one piece though, so it's just a matter of just scooping them up and putting them back, so it's not too bad of a deal. Yes, you know, I can, just to show you, because right there it is since we're talking about it. I don't want to move it around too much, but like I said, the big thing, and I don't know how well you can see it all the way over there, what I'm physically looking at doing, because the Met Tower, and I hope, yeah, you can see, the Met Tower is actually a very large building in and of itself, the Metlife Tower building. So what I'm thinking about doing is doing a total of 6 floors of this white pattern, and then I'm going to do the cap like that. I had even contemplated doing a row of this and then doing 3 more rows in front of it and then doing another row of that like the actual Metlife building, but it man, the parts that it would take to do some of the stuff that I was actually thinking about with that, it's like holy crap. Just to give you kind of a ballpark idea, let me look at my phone again real quick, and I can tell you each floor that I put in, I have to get 116 brackets for each single floor. And then also on each floor, I have 72 1x1 tiles, 72 1x2x5 posts, 72 1x2 bricks, and then 72 2x2 tiles. And that's not including the brick and then the windows that are on each floor. I'm trying to remember, each floor I thought was 192 windows. But as you can imagine, that building is going to get rather expensive rather quickly. I'm short about 10,000 pieces, huh? No, like I said, I should be good on that. I'm always buying stupid amounts of parts anyway, so that does help me. So I do already have kind of a large assortment of parts as well. Well, me putting it back over here already, because when I was talking about the tiles and the plates and all that stuff, this is my 4x4 black plates, but this is all my 1x1 plates. This is my 1x3 plates, my 1x4 plates. There's my windows, and that is my other 1x2 plates for support. And then, oh, the other things behind me, which is all my 1x2 tiles as well. So I already have a great amount of the parts on hand already. So now Paul Bat's like, okay, come on, back to the build, focus. And I have to keep looking at my picture now that I ripped this apart. Okay. So now we're going to put a row of these. Shane Hart says Swan True. Missed the comment on that one, and I apologize, guys, for missing some of the comments. They trying to think of how that works when you're saying about the buyback program. There is a buyback program for Lego, but the buyback program that I'm aware of is, if I remember correctly anyway, I believe you have to buy a set, you build it, and then they buy it back, and then they will ship it to somebody else to build it, or something along that line. I forget exactly how it goes, but there is a buyback program of sorts. I don't know that it's necessarily through Lego, though. I'm trying to remember where I learned about that. But I do know there is a program out there where you can buy sets, build them, and then ship them back, and then they give you money to go towards your next set if you want to buy something else. But I don't think that's through Lego. Mike says, look who's flexing tonight. Not flexing. Keep in mind, I built that, or started building that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Paul Bot, because I know he would know more than anybody. Didn't I start building that Avengers Tower over a year ago? So a lot of those pieces are, quite frankly, from when I was collecting them from back then to do that specific building. It's just that building kind of fell in the hindsight, so to speak, and now I'm finally getting back to it. I hope that makes sense. And there. Shane says it's happening all around the world. Buy if they have the cash, they will buy lots to resell. Just makes it hard to get the sets at time because collectors take lots of sets off the shelves and in the sales. Yes, and I will be the first to admit I am one of those collectors that buys a lot of stuff. Although, I'll be perfectly honest, I've just not been impressed that much this year with Lego. As far as their set offerings anyway. So I'm personally not buying a whole lot of it. I'm not really feeling a lot of what they're offering this year. Just really don't like them. Sadly. And I don't know how many other people feel that way, but I have talked to a few different people, and it sounds kind of like my feelings are shared with a lot of different people in the community. And it's specifically, and I know a lot of people on here, we've had this discussion before, and I know a lot of people on here are going to agree with me, it's specifically going towards like the city sets and stuff. Will Harper says, Daryl, I wish you would build a location from Star Wars because you put in a good amount of detail and you have the artistic skill and techniques. And thank you so much, Will. And honestly, I do intend on, at some point, because part of the reason that my table, I've been expanding it so big, is I want to start doing Star Wars displays underneath the table. I don't know when I'll ever get to them, but I do have several ideas. One of the ideas, or my three main ideas for the displays of Star Wars, I want to do underneath my table. I want to do a Battle of Hoth. I want to do a Tatooine city scene. Where you have the Millennium Falcon parked in the starport and all that good stuff. And I would also like to do at some point the Battle of Endor. So there's three different, it's more likely that I will do the Hoth and the, having a brain cramp, Hoth and Tatooine before I do anything. But I do have plans to do both. And Greg said, yes, it was over a year ago. And Paul Bott said, yes, it was over a year ago. Yes, Angry Dragon, I agree with you. The only sets that are worth it are the park and horse sets. And I shouldn't say that though, because there is another set that I like, and that is that crane set that they have. So that's a pretty cool looking set too. I don't know if you've seen that or not, but that is a very cool looking set. It is, and I'm sorry, Michael, because it's a minimum of $4.50 no matter what I ship. So yes, it's still $6.50, but anything over $50 on my website, the way it's set up, if you bought $50 worth of stuff, it's free shipping. At least it's supposed to be. Let me double check that after I get off here though. But yes, first class mail with an envelope that size, it's a minimum of $4.50 plus the envelope plus everything else. So I'm sorry, yes, it is still $6.50 for shipping, unless you buy, like I said, I thought it was $50 is what I have it set up as. And then it's free shipping on my website, which I was going to drop that down to $30. I just haven't done it yet, so don't go and buy anything and look for that yet, but I do intend on doing that. And what was I doing? Oh, I gotta do these. So I need, there we go, because I'm adding in that front detail. And again, I apologize for the sniffles, guys. I have had a head cold for quite a few days now. Just starting to get over it. I just added the stickers, is what Michael was asking about. I have all of my the tubing listed on there. And then I also, oh, I know what I did wrong. I also have, the stickers, I have that, and then I have, because I've been buying a bunch of different guns and stuff from different manufacturers and trying to sell those. And one thing that I really like a lot, this is just my personal taste, but there is a, that ain't it, I have a SWAT team set that I think is really cool that I have listed on there for sale also. No, I have not watched the new, I've watched the episodes, but I didn't watch today's episode. So please, no spoilers, I haven't seen it yet. And of course I don't have one of those. What about, let's see. Hold on, I'm looking for parts, guys. But for anybody that's wanting to buy stuff off my website, give me just another day or two, because I am going to set it up to where if you buy a minimum amount, and I'm thinking I'm going to set it to 30. So if you buy $30 or more worth of stuff, it's free shipping. Because it's like Michael was just asking. I have it set up that it's a minimum of $6.50, and you can buy basically as many items as you want currently, and it only costs $6.50 for shipping. But the absolute bare minimum I can go, and it not start costing me to ship, is $4.50. I think it's like $4.56, but it depends on where you are in the United States. Because to the West Coast, it's still $6 something shipping first class. And why don't I have, I know I have some, I'm not finding them. At least I thought I had some. I'm looking for this nougat color in a 1x8 is what I'm looking for. You know what I might be able to do though? Yes, let's do that. That I can still get away with. So that will still work. So let me, then I can put this piece here. There we go. That'll still work. Now where did I put that other 1x6? Ta-da. There we go. Now I'm happy with it. And Okay, that should have been my max height for that floor. And let me put a few more pieces in to fill this all the way around. And then I'm going to tile it out. I still need to get the sets on too, and it's like everything. I don't have a lot of free. Michael says a couple stamps. If they would have let me, but what it is, because I ship it in the bubble wrapper, and that immediately is what takes the price up, because I'm afraid of them folding it or whatever. I could ship it in a regular envelope, but which I don't know, because those sticker sheets are 12 inches in width. They're 12 by 4, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to think. I'll have to try and see if I can't go to the post office and see what they will give me one of those for. But like I said, every time I go up there, it's I don't know, because shipping on the post office, I don't know if you've been to the post office lately to ship stuff. They are not cheap though, sadly. Because I'm always shocked when I go in there. It's like their prices go up every single couple months. Paul said, you got to keep in mind too though, Paul. First of all, anytime I do a first floor, I always go like around 10 bricks tall. But this is elevated also. So the floor inside of this is going to be right about here. So really this is the first floor. Once you look at everything, it's not all this space. Just reminding you, if you look at the front, because I have the steps that go up to it and all that good stuff too. And yes, that is why I use the padded envelopes, but the padded envelopes start at $4.50 for shipping. That's what I was just trying to explain to everybody. It's not the adding stuff to the website. It's trying to get everything organized so I can add it, is what it boils down to. Because believe it or not, adding the stuff to my website's really not that hard. It's just me getting it together and getting it set up, because I don't like to add things until I know the exact inventory, and I have it, because I have behind the cameras right here, I have bins and stuff with all the different things I am selling with inventory in them. And I won't list an item until I have the exact count number, because when I put an item on my website, like the sticker sheets, for example, I believe there's 20 of those in stock now. I'd have to go over there and look, but whatever I have sitting on the shelf right in front of me is exactly what I post. So when it gets down to the 20th one, whoever buys it, it'll say out of stock on my website. And that's because I don't ever want someone to buy something that I don't have in stock, because then I would feel like an idiot if that were to occur. Because I would feel like, well, crap, now here this person's buying something, I don't even have it, now I gotta tell them, hey, I gotta wait until I can get it made, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, my internet's acting a little hokey. I apologize for that. Yeah, see right there, Michael was saying they raised their rates 3 times in less than a year. I am cleaning a little bit as I go. It's because I don't need these parts anymore. Because now I'm going to be moving on to a totally different color. Now that we've gotten this portion done, I need to work on this color. So all this needs to get out of my way to keep space on my desktop. So yes, I am cleaning as I go. And part of it's because I'm tired of hearing you. Yeah, let's get that and that. How long does it usually take start to finish on a build for me? It really all depends. It depends on if I have all the pieces available. It depends on how big the building is going to be. I'll give you a prime example. Privet Drive that I just did recently. I want to say that was, and keep in mind, I'm referring to the entire Privet Drive. That was what, 3 to 4 days to do that entire thing, if I remember correctly. So, but again, it depends on the size of the building. I don't want to say a specific number because it does depend on the size of the building. And I don't need these anymore. Now what I need though is this. Look at that beautiful nougat. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. And then I need some of these. And then another thing to keep in mind too is on a lot of the buildings that I do, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It might be finished in the aspect of the building being fully completed or whatever, but then I usually go back and I do the lighting and stuff as well. And I'm breaking stuff now. What did I... Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to figure out what I want to grab next. So let's see. I think I'm going to run a row of tile. I think we're going to try it with this. Wow, do you guys hear that? Paulbot complaining that I'm cleaning now. Now there's a flip. Talk about flipping the script. Yeah, there's a lot of people, Michael, that have been shutting down eBay, PayPal, Bricklink, all those different types of sites. Just in the last, pardon my French, just in the last, trying to think, I'm gonna say just in the last week, I've noticed 3 Bricklink stores that I had put orders in, or I shouldn't say I put orders in, 3 Bricklink stores that I had put stuff in my shopping cart because I wanted to buy it, that sadly I put the stuff in there. I didn't pull the trigger immediately because I was still trying to see if there was anything else I wanted to add. And now those stores are closed. It says they are closed and no longer selling. So there's a lot of people that's affecting. And I better shut my mouth, so I'll start talking politics then. Now, can you imagine that? I broke Paulbot. Not Paulbot broke me. I broke Paulbot. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. I flipped the script. Rob says it's an imposter. It has to be. A lot of people have been asking that, Adam 2004. But it's like even me for my YouTube. I'm going to see how it goes this year with taxes. And because if it affects me a lot, then I'll stop my YouTube too. So I get why a lot of people are quitting, because I mean, all these new rules and everything they keep constantly doing, sadly it's screwing a lot of people in a lot of different ways. And now I'm going to show you what my thoughts are for this, and let me just double check my sizing. Make sure I did it right. Okay, I did it right. So this is how I'm going to do the building. This is the inside dimension of this tan building. Now here is what I want to do. Let's see. You know what? This is not the unclean Lego barn you're looking for. Oh, that's just too funny, man. I broke Paulbot. No, I have not seen the Book of Boba Fett yet. That's why I'm trying to ignore the comments that I'm seeing about it, guys. So I don't want because I know there's a couple people in the stream that would like to see that and haven't seen it yet. So I'm trying to ignore any comments that might be related to that. So this is thought number 1. And I'm almost thinking I might go with thought number 2, but you know what? Did I get the parts for thought number 2? Hold on. If I did, they're over by the door. I might have gotten my parts for thought number 2. And it's not in that bag. Oh, you know what? I think I have them over here. Let's do thought number 1 though. Let's see how it looks first. And then I will come back to thought number 2. But this was thought number 1. Because by doing it this way, I won't have a row of 1x1s, which is why I was thinking about doing this method. Bricklock says I'm not worried. Michael says he doesn't own. Who doesn't own their collection? And that is basically, I'm with you, Michael. That is basically the only reason I do what I do as far as Lego, is to support my Lego hobby, whatever you want to call it. I know a lot of people seem to think I'm getting rich with it, but that's farthest from the case. But I do hear that a lot too, though. Oh, you're getting rich. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. It's like, no, really, I'm not. 1, 2, 1x4. But I also know that a lot of that is probably children that are saying that, so they really don't have a clue either. Paul Bot's having a Pinocchio moment, and now he's a real boy. Oh, Brixie, yes. I don't, and that's, again, depending on how things go with taxes and so on and so forth. Because keep in mind, it's not so much YouTube, but because of the commission work that I did this year. That's where I'm kind of nervous. And unfortunately, all the commission work that I did is stuff I'm going to have to pay taxes on. So that is my leery moment. Let me put it that way. Because I did really well with my commissions, to say the least. But I'm kind of concerned at what I may end up having to pay out at the end of the year because of it. And let's see if I do that. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to kind of think. How do I want to attack that? Because that's going to make... Yeah, but then that'll... No. Okay, I'm going to have to... Trying to think of how the aesthetics are going to look of what I'm doing. So bear with me for a minute. Bricklink's been owned by Lego for a while now, and it was 2019, if I remember correctly, when Lego took over Bricklink. And I told everybody when they took it over, I actually made a video on it talking about the end of Bricklink. And the reason that I made that particular video, and a lot of people thought I was nuts, I said because now that Lego's enforcing all the taxes and all that, a lot of people are going to start bailing out of it. And a lot of people did bail out of it. And now, because of new things, yes, I'm saying that correctly, now because of new things, people are going to start bailing out even more. And I always personally felt that from the beginning, that was kind of the point of Lego purchasing Bricklink, was for a couple reasons. One of those reasons being they would be able to control the markets. They would be able to have a better idea and a better grasp of the kind of pieces that are going to be popular, and they could control that a lot better as well. And when they could control that, they could start making more of certain parts. So, I mean, there was advantageous portions of it as well, but there was a lot of negativity, in my personal opinion, about it also. David Colin, thank you so much for the $3 donation. I really appreciate it, buddy. I'm with you, Shane. I've got way more money into Lego than I've ever had in my bank account. I always kind of looked at it this way, though, and some people would probably disagree or say we're nuts, or say I'm nuts anyway. I mean, if I was ever down on my luck and hit hard times, I always looked at it in the aspect of this. I can sell my Lego if I ever had to, if I, desperate for some money. It might take me a little time, but I can sell, if I need a couple $100, I could sell a couple sets that are boxed brand new, things like that. So I always looked at it as, yes, it's my hobby, yes, it's my toy, yes, it's something that I enjoy a lot, but I always looked at it too as kind of like a savings program, if you will, because I know that I could sell a lot of these stuff that I have, especially the sets that are new in the boxes, for what I would consider to be a pretty penny anyway. And just to show you, and I think that's going to work. I got to finish doing, oh, you guys can't see that, I'm sorry. So there, that does fit the building like I wanted it to. So now let's pull that back off. Get the Brick says, a nice way to chill, brother. And how you doing, Get the Brick? Gary McConnell says, I use Bricklink. What is the difference between Bricklink and Brick Owl? I'll tell you right now, the difference between Bricklink and Brick Owl, it takes a bit of getting used to, but honestly, Brick Owl is a lot easier to search on. But the big difference between Bricklink and Brick Owl, you don't have to pay taxes on it. Nobody charges taxes for anything that they sell on Brick Owl. So that is the major difference. And pretty much every seller that you can find on Bricklink, at least in my experience, every seller that I've ever dealt with anyway, that is selling on Bricklink, and oh, I can just rip. Well, looky there. Every seller that I deal with that's on Bricklink, I have never had a problem finding the exact same sellers on Brick Owl. But like I said, that is, and I've had people that got mad at me for saying that. That is the big reason, though, or big difference between Bricklink and Brick Owl, is you do not pay taxes on Brick Owl. It's really that simple. But then I'm a communist for saying that, so at least that's what I had somebody tell me once when I had said that I'm a communist because I don't want to pay taxes. I would suggest it. Unfortunately, though, I'm also noticing, and again, this is because like what Michael had brought up, there's a lot of people that are not, or that are starting to stop their stores due to the new tax laws that are coming out. So I would still look at it. Don't get me wrong. I would still check into it. And I keep debating, do I want to? I'm almost thinking, because I don't really feel like recessing all the windows. It would take me a lot of parts. What I'm debating on doing is this. Let me get some glass and show you. Brett, how you doing, my friend? You're not supposed to call each other comrade outside of the meeting group, man. Come on now. But, in all seriousness, though, and I hope you're doing good, Brett. But But yes, Michael, you are absolutely correct. It is easier. It takes a little getting used to, but once you get used to it, it is a little bit easier to navigate on Brickall. And then you don't pay taxes on it, so there's another big thing. And a lot of it, believe it or not, a lot of times I find that the shipping's even cheaper too. But what I was going to say though, yeah, okay, so even that site's covered. That makes sense then, because the reason, what I was kind of getting to the point at with that, Michael, is this. Brick Cash, one of my absolute favorite sellers. Was it Brick Cash? Oh, I'm sorry, no, Indie Toys. They shut their Brick Owl store down. Their Bricklink store is still up though. So I don't know if that's going to continue or not, or how that's going to work. But I would not be surprised if you don't see more stores with that happening to you, shutting down because of the new tax laws. Tips for circular buildings. The best tip I can give you is to build with 1x3s and round 1x1 bricks. That allows you the ability to do flexing with the bricks. Brick flexing is what I call it. I do have a tips and tricks video on that if you're at all interested. And that was what I was going to change. These we're going to go over because I was going to, yes. So I need to alter, something like that. Yes, that. So we're going to take that guy there. And this guy here. On Brick Owl, so my experience anyway, I never saw really anybody that charged taxes on Brick Owl. I know they're not required to charge taxes, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to happen, especially with the new tax laws. Fox Leader, any chance of reversing that one suburb set I showed you on Discord? And you'll have to forgive me, man, my head's been spinning lately. I'm struggling to remember what that set was. I'm trying to think. I may try at some point. I'm just trying to think of what the heck set that was. So I don't remember. The new tax law is, correct me if I'm wording this right, somebody was asking that, is that is it 500 or 600? Either way, it's going to change things. You have to pay taxes on. Nuketown, that's what it was. I guess I might try and do something at some point, man. I just don't know when, because it's like a lot of things. I have so many projects going on. And right now, I mean, I'm still trying to do stuff for my Lego City, but another big important thing for me, at the moment anyway, is I got to get some stuff built for Brick Fair, Virginia. And what? Here's a story of a man named Brady. And did I like that very much? You know what? I think I don't like that, how that looks. I'm going to take this back down. Bear with me, guys. Is that how I wanted it? Yes, and let's bring the windows on the actual building are a little bit on a funky position, is what I'm trying to remember and do. So bear with me while I am doing some rearranging. And I think that will work better. Maybe, possibly. Okay. So now I should be able to go here, here. I suggest mills to everyone. To me, they are one of the best ways to build by far. And that doesn't seem like that's going to work out right. I was supposed to... Is that where I screwed up? My overlap is wrong, is what I'm trying to figure out here, guys. Yes, I did the 2 rows that way the same. That's where I messed up, which that one I can't change. Let me build this one, and then I might have to redo it. Yes, you are absolutely correct. You're supposed to pay taxes on any sales. I don't know many people that do, but yes, that is how the laws are set up. You are supposed to report any and all sales to the U.S. government. With the new Lego roads, I don't think I made a video on it, so never mind. But it's just quite simply using tiles. And yes, I am going to have to change this. So let me rip this back apart, because the top layer isn't going to overlap the way I want it to unless I change the bottom layer. And so all of this has to go over. So, we pull these back off. Once I get it down, I can start running through everything, but it's going to take me a few minutes to figure it all out. Let's see if I do that, and I put that there. And then what I should have is then I can bring that forward. And if I remember correctly, what I was supposed to do, and yes I was, so let me redo that. So it was supposed to be a corner and a corner and a brick. That way that overlapped, yes. And the reason it's important to get that overlapping correct, because the top of the floor is going to be tile. So with the top of the floor being tile, and that's going to be there. With the top of the floor being tile, I have to have that unique overlap. Otherwise, it won't be as strong. If I do that, though, I feel like it'll be too thick between the floors, Paulbot. I have thought about that, but let me finish trying to rearrange this the way that I was wanting to do it. It's got to come back down and out, and then I'll go back to putting the walls back up. That can come back off because the fronts, to maintain that appearance, we're supposed to be bricked, and then the sides were supposed to be the big brick. 2, 3. So this piece can come over. Like I said, I had also thought about doing this in a manner and fashion where it was just plates. And I hope, I'm sorry, try and keep it in camera for you. And that'll go there. This goes there. This goes in the middle. That should go there. That piece will go in the corner. And then we start back with the back side, which should be there. And now I need this piece again. And Aussie Adams, hey Lego Joe, if you color trans plates, yes. Another great to do a stained glass window, and I do have a how-to video about this, is to shove cheese wedge pieces into a window frame. That is an amazing, and in my opinion, a very amazing looking way to add stained glass to a building. You use this 1 by 2 by 3 window frame, and it holds the stained glass pieces in really well, man. That's my favorite stained glass method, and I've seen several other people use it after I made the video on it, but it's a really beautiful method to use. Let's put that there. And you gotta quit doing that. There you go. Get on there. There you go. Now I'm moving forward, I think. I'll tell you momentarily when I put the windows on. So now we're going to put these back on. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to skip 4. Skip 2, skip 2, and then it was a little bit of a longer space on that side. Let's see how that looks once we put it together. That went that way. Okay, so you remember what I'm talking about. It's a time-consuming pain in the butt. I will be the first to admit it. But I think it's an awesome technique. At least I like it. I don't have one. Trying to think. I don't have any buildings handy where I could show you guys. But it is a beautiful, beautiful technique. Take care, Greg, and have a good night. And heck, I've been on longer than I thought I was. Will I put brown? Oh no, this is going over in the corner behind Privet Drive. If that's what you're asking. That's my intended location for this. And I still need a few more. I'll just steal these. What I'm doing to cheat the window, just so you guys can see, I'm almost wondering if I even don't want to put windows on either side of it. You know what? Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Let's put one there. And then let's put 2 here. So I need a couple more window frames. 1, 2, 3. Well, you can use clear, or like what I did is with that particular technique that we were talking about. And take care, Greg. We will see you next time, buddy. What I did with that technique that I'm talking about is I used them for an Irish pub, is what I ended up using them in. So let's do that, and then we'll put one right on that side. Let's do it that way and see how it ends up looking. Do-do-do-do-do-do. But it's, I mean, it's like anything. It all depends on, you know, it's all depends on personal choice and preferences. And do that. And what I'm doing, because I don't want to offset the windows personally, you can, but I just don't feel like it. So I'm just showing you what I actually did is I put the windows in reverse, so the glass is recessed a whole bunch. So it gives it a different texture, so to speak, of the building. That treehouse does look like a great set, Steve. I've never bought it though. But I do agree with you, it is a very nice looking set. It's just not one, it's like a lot of things here lately, it's not one that I purchased personally. I've been doing that a lot lately though. And some of it isn't even because I don't like the sets, it's just I've been investing so heavily in parts for all the different stuff I want to build that I just don't have the money to buy the sets. And two. So, I mean, I have been spending some major amounts on parts lately. And again, excuse me for the sniffles, guys. I'm going to finish this last row here. Let's see. And let's see how this looks once we get. I just want to get this one floor done and then show you guys what I think. Now the next floor, keep in mind, this gets set back because there's a balcony here on the official building. And that was the boss, if you guys are wondering. That's why I laughed. Your local Pick-a-Brick has the glass pieces. Man, if you ever see those on a Pick-a-Brick wall, I would get several cups of them. I really would. They are very well worth it. Which, right now, honestly, they're pretty cheap on, or at least they, I haven't checked the prices now that they've changed. They used to be pretty cheap. I shouldn't need, let's see, do that. And, oh, sorry, I pushed some parts on my keyboard. So if you were getting funky noises, that was me. And we will put one more bit there, and then let's tile the top and see how it looks. So we're going to tile that over there, put a single, put a 4, put a 4. Now it's working out the way I wanted it to. And I need another 4. Do-do-do-do. And a single and a single. And we can put the singles there. And now I can put these peg pieces back on the bottom. and then we can put it back on the building and see how it looks. We can put that guy there, put this guy here, this guy here, over here, and this guy here. And now, like I said, the next floor, and why aren't you wanting to, there you go. I was gonna say, why aren't you cooperating? The next floor, just so you know. Uh-oh. My screen. Hold on, guys. Can you guys still hear me talking? Yeah, and I don't. Can you still hear me? Okay, so you guys can still hear me. I don't know what I did. I accidentally, parts fell on my keyboard. And somehow, and thank you so much, Michael. He said for the BB Lego Fund. I am trying to find out what the heck, why my video got paused. Bear with me. I do not know why that paused, but I hit something on the keyboard, unfortunately, and it just froze it out. It probably is the boss. You know what? Let's see if I can do this. Since it froze up anyway, guys, and I can't fix it, I'm just gonna roll that beautiful bean footage, and I apologize so much for that abrupt ending. I really, really do, guys. But Michael, thank you so much. He said for the BB Lego Fund, and thank you for the $2 donation. But I want to give a very special thanks to all the people that did donations during the stream. And I want to start with R. Claxton, Brick Sergeant, Ronnie Cassells, Paul Bott, Aussie Adam, Eccentric Bricks, Queen City Bricks, David Coughlin, and last but not least, Michael Fujirwa. And again, I apologize, guys. I don't know what the heck I did that froze up the screen, but it's it's not working for me. So I'm just gonna go, and holy crap, Brett, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. He snuck in one at the very last minute and did a $20 donation. You guys like to do that, don't you? Just get me. But that was extremely kind to you, my friend, and I really do appreciate it. And I'm trying to give it one more second, and I'm gonna roll that beautiful bean footage one more time, because I like to try and make sure everybody gets credit for their donations, because that was very generous of you, Brett. There it goes. So now if I hit the roll credits again, you should be in the end credits. So like I said, I like to make sure everybody's in the end credits if at all possible. But again, thank you so much, Brett, for that $20 donation. That was very kind to you. But yes, my wife is, or the boss, probably did do some sort of witchcraft, because she said I am sounding like I'm starting to get sicker as I'm talking. So she said it's time to quit. And that's why we are ending the stream. Yeah, that was a really nice long one. There we go. Excellent. Anyway, though, guys, hopefully I will be back on tomorrow night. But as always, thank you for coming to Bevan's Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below. And hopefully we will see you guys all next time on Bevan's Bricks. And again, thank you so much for hanging out with me.